What is up YouTube, it's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to cover Chapter 8 Mission 1's Heroic Battle. In this heroic you have to use Cable and Bishop, and you're going to be facing off against Sin, as well as the Red Skull, Bastion, and a Sentinel. So the whole premise for this one is Bishop wants to go back in time and stop Sin before she becomes Scotty. Bishop, what's happening here? What are you doing? Something we should have done a long time ago. Now before we begin this fight, we're going to take a look at what the enemies have, and then I'm also going to give you a few tips that'll really help you out. First, Sin is a blaster, so the less hits you give her after she gains her class benefits, the better. You don't want her continually critically hitting everyone just because Bishop's a bruiser. Next, she has Harden, so chance to take reduced damage from attacks. She also has Relentless and Wounded, but we're just going to focus on military training. Chance to counter single target melee attacks. The simple solution there is don't use single target melee attacks, at least until you apply off balance. Then we're going to see Bastion has quite a few passives of his own, including immunity to psychic, very high crit resistance, he's more likely to critically hit mutants, and he has a chance to gain the positive aspects of the target's class. Then of course he also has Relentless, which happens to be the only thing that Red Skull does have. However, he is a tactician and we do have a blaster in Cable. Then moving on to the Sentinel, he's a scrapper. This is great because Bishop could really use those in rage stacks. However, you need to notice Countermeasure Protocol, which says grants counterattack to all allies when attacked. Once we get to this wave, you'll see we really don't need to attack these enemies. It's actually really pointless because their health totals are absolutely insane. Then in the third wave, Sin is exactly the same as in the first. That is, as far as her passives. Don't even worry about this wave though, once you make it past the second you've won. Now as we begin this fight, I want to tell you that the most important E-ISO in my opinion is the Recovering Empowered ISO 8. This is going to grant Soothing Rest. That basically means recharge restores some HP. Now this ISO has actually been key in many heroic battles, so it's kind of a throwback. If you're ever in doubt, put this E-ISO on. It ends up being a tremendous help. In this heroic, it actually may be more crucial than in any other one. Next, I would just recommend putting off balance on Sin, and you can do this with psionic spikes. Then if you've given your Cable an extra turn, switch back to your original set of abilities and use Ascani Arts. This will place flanked on her and make her easy to take out. Also, Bishop should be able to gain some extra potential energy. That is, once you decide to attack with him. Another great option is to go ahead and use Recharge. That way you can gain back some health. Either way, you definitely want to make sure you're ready for that second wave. That's the most crucial part to this fight. Now another very interesting thing is, after you actually finish Sin, you're going to see more dialogue and she won't go away just yet. If we eliminate Sin before she becomes Scotty, we can end this before it begins. Don't do this. The ripples will... You don't see what I see. I see more than you see. I'm warning you. You're going to doom us all. By the way, this is actually a good thing that she doesn't go away. If you get lucky, this will give you another few turns to recharge and gain back some HP. Plus if you have the explosive E-ISO, you can place Burning on her, and that will finish her off. Then we go on to the second wave as prepared as we possibly can be. This is where the fight is going to take some time. And it may take a few unexpected turns as well. And what about this future? The one where you stop Sin from becoming Scotty. With Sin eliminated, Hydra unites with the Sentinels, leading to the extermination of mutant kind. Did you think about that? ... And now back to the fight. So in this one, the reason why we're not even going to try to take down the enemies is because they're a huge pain. But also Red Skull has 40,000 HP. Even Bastion has 20-some thousand. Basically it's not possible, and you're just going to get yourself killed. So at the most, we'll just go ahead and try to get some potential energy and enrage stacks for Bishop. Then you're going to want to recharge and gain back health. Make sure you use Cable's level 9 to grant an extra turn to whoever needs the health most. And then they can go ahead and take advantage of their E-ISO one extra time. That's pretty much all you need to know. You may need a bit of luck to who the enemy decides to hit and how hard they hit them. But I guess the whole point to this wave is Cable is showing Bishop how bad the future becomes once he takes out Sin. So in this one you just have to survive, and then after a few rounds you'll see another dialogue box. This was actually my second attempt ever, and I really wasted a few turns trying to attack the Sentinel. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good idea to try to enrage Bishop. My first idea was to also try to take the Sentinel out, but we really couldn't land a hit. But yeah, mainly just make sure you gain back that health, and grant that temporal shift to who needs it the most. You cannot lose your heroes in this fight. It's all about survival, not taking out your enemies. So yeah, this fight's definitely different, I have to give them that. Also, by the way, I had plenty of scares in this one. I really felt like either one of my heroes could have been knocked out at any time. It's frustrating, but it can definitely be done, and it's really not complicated at all. I'm actually looking forward to trying the other heroics. I only hope that their mechanics are as different as this one, because it's definitely nice to have a change of pace. It doesn't have to be all about killing, you know. Sometimes you just have to survive, and live and let live. But who am I kidding, I love knocking out the villains. It actually kind of pains me that Red Skull is going to get away without being taken down. The same thing goes with Bastion and that Sentinel. Maybe one day it will be possible to knock these guys out. And when that day comes, I'll make a video. For now, we are having a close call, at least with Cable, after this hit. But we are also getting very close. Oh, and one more thing, of course, make sure you use Bishop's heal as well. Once you get your potential energy up, it is a great heal to use. You're definitely going to need that too, so I don't want to leave that out. If you're still having trouble with this one, you may want to socket your heroes with more health. So you may want to use something like Health and Defense ISO. Attack really isn't that necessary for this one, so you can really go crazy on health and defense, particularly probably health. If you do that, you should definitely increase your chances of survival. Then once you make it through this wave, well, I guess he made his point, so that's why this wave ends. And believe it or not, that's actually going to be it. So don't even worry about your health total. At first, like I said, I actually thought we were going to lose, but then Sin just fades away. So now we're going to go ahead and check out the roulette and the 2 new E-ISO that you can win. Of course, one for Bishop and one for Cable. First up, we're going to have the Energized ISO 8 for Bishop. This gives him ambient energy. Gains potential energy when allies use energy attacks. So that's pretty awesome, and it's going to really help his synergy with some team-ups. Cable, for example. Then next, for Cable, we have the Thoughtful ISO 8. This says his psychic attacks are guaranteed to hit. So let's go ahead and give it a spin and see what we win. Okay, we actually get Bishops on our very first spin. So we have the Energized ISO 8, and that's the one I wanted most of all anyways. So that's pretty awesome, and now let's go ahead and finish it up with the ending dialogue. Damn it, why did you get involved? This should have worked, it was the only way. There's never only one way, Bishop. You know time better than that. So that's it for our first heroic battle of Chapter 8. I really hope this one helped, and I want to thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.